Okay, so looking at Kimura from Kesa Gatame, scarf hold position. Johnny's on the bottom. Good way to get into this is if I have the cross face underhook, Johnny wins the underhook and manages to get to his knees, and he's going for the single leg again, which would be our last move, and we end up there. Take it back a step. I can counter that, just below this, everybody. I can counter that. And then he wins the underhook. As he turns onto his right side, I just come through for head control, and we sit into our Kesa Gatame broken scarf hold position. Just remembering the fact that it's not about the head, it's about controlling his right shoulder and his right elbow. So again, basic mechanics from Kesa Gatame. I don't want my weight on the mat, my ass is on the mat, my weight's on the mat, not on Johnny. So again, from there I'll be putting my weight on him and sitting back to this position here. From here, the only part of my body on the mat is my feet. I'm going to drag the right elbow to my body, and then I'm going to give up head control. Looks like total madness. Johnny's head's moving towards my back, but I've still got his elbow. Now I'm putting my head on the mat, and I raise my hips so they're higher than his. Just like the last move, my legs come up and I scissor. So left comes over right. And now from there, I'll be reaching back and starting to work the Kimura from side control. So again, until I get wrist to wrist, I like using the thumb. So my middle finger's taking his pulse, as my own support hand takes my own pulse. More than likely, Johnny's going to frame at my right hip. So we know now from previous classes, I'll turn my hip towards his legs and then switch back. Now it's the Trinity of Power. I put my left hip on his left shoulder and step over his head. So I've head control. Now I need to get his elbow in line with his shoulder. So I don't want to use a push method. We want to, Danaher favours the pull method. So I bring my elbow under his elbow. And now from this position, I'm withdrawing my right elbow back with a pull as a reverse motorcycle grip. Now my head moves away from the grip, and I'm using my legs to finish the submission. Not that again, bro. So he's on the bottom again. Maybe I've got the cross face underhook he re-pummels. As he turns onto the side, I switch into scarf hold position. Getting the good bite on the elbow. I don't want him getting his elbow to the mat. We would have to do something different from there. Now again, if my ass is on the mat, my weight's not on him, so I come up. Notice the way when I sit back, I bring my elbow off the mat. The only part of my body on the mat now is my feet, so he's carrying all my weight. If I can get into the sweet spot with my lat on his diaphragm, and I can hear the grimace of Johnny from that position, you have a diaphragm choke from there. But I'm going to sacrifice head position and come through. He can only go so far. If I'm sloppy and I don't control the elbow, he's going to take my back from that position. So we're here. Now, Danaher's magic. From there, I just put my head on the mat and stick my hips in the air. My hips are higher than his. Johnny's going to try and take my back from there. From this position, I just scissor my legs. Left comes over right, and I lower my hip. Now I'm in top position. Reaching back. If he hasn't connected his hands, we're looking for the Kimura again. If he has connected his hands, it's the last technique. So again, now we've got to get through the obstacles to finish side control Kimura, which are already addressed. He has near side framing. I can't get my right hip on his left shoulder, so I turn my hip towards his legs and then just turn my hips in the other direction to beat that frame. Now I need head control. So again, I step over the head, I get on that power line, and now from this position I want his elbow in line with his shoulder, so I'm just pulling that back, reverse motorcycle grip. And now it's all about me moving my head backwards as I use my legs to finish the Kimura. So that is the Kimura from scarf hold.